Day 28, correct? Yeah, day
Sure.
28.
Yeah.
So this video is Josh and I talking about if we think what we did over the last 28, really 30 days was a success or a failure. So we're just going to each give our opinion on that. I'll let you start and we'll just jump in,
Okay,
go back
sure.
and forth.
I think that success and failure are very binary, where you either, it's like a pass fail, right? And I guess I don't think of success and failure in that way. I think we failed at portions of it, but I don't consider it a failure. And I think that's a difference that is important to note. So did we meet our goal? No.
Right.
Is that the same as a failure? No. So I think that there was a lot of successes along the way. We learned a ton about just very specific things like Facebook ads. We learned a lot about that. But just about the whole process of building a business from nothing, even idea generation, all of those things, I think we learned a ton about it. So did we meet our goal? No, but I still don't believe it's a failure.
Yeah, I think we did fail to a lot of degree, because if you look at the numbers, nobody's going to say that 1,500 was the goal, we made 250, super success. We're not happy about that. But I think in context of what we set out to do, and not only do but learn, it was a tremendous success, because you take what you've learned from this experience to the next thing you do. Meaning, not only are you going to know what to do next time that you did correctly, but you're also going to know what not to do. So we're probably not going to do the exact same things that didn't work this time with the next thing.
Yeah.
And if you talk about businesses in scale, this was this big of a business. Now, if you apply the same principles to a very big business and we made the same mistakes, we might be out 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 grand. We lost very minimal money, and I don't even know, we haven't lost any money
Yeah, we
yet.
technically haven't lost any money yet.
But the idea is that you can learn the same business principles to grow a big business with a small business by just going out and doing it. And I think that's why we started it.
Yeah.
Because we said we want to learn e-commerce, but it could take us years to learn how to do that. We could spend money on courses, we could reach out to people who've done it, we could ask questions, we could read books, we could, learn everything you can learn, watch as much Gary Vaynerchuk as you can watch. But until you actually do it, you don't have the context to know what you did right or what you did wrong.
Yeah.
So failure, yes, but the underlying message is success, because you take it to the next thing.
Yeah. There's a point that Seth Godin makes, and Max hears me talk about Seth Godin probably more than he would like, but there's a point that Seth Godin makes, and he says, if you can fail more than everyone else, you will ultimately win. And the whole point of that is, if you can fail in a way that you learn a lot but lose a little, then that's a great failure, right? And I think that's what we did with this, where we learned a lot, but we lost very little. What did we lose? I don't even think we technically lost any money. I think right now we're plus like $30, right? So we didn't lose money. We lost some time. But looking at what we gained for the amount of time that we spent, I think that we benefited in the end. So I think that's why it's not a failure, is because, yes, we didn't meet our goal, so we failed in that aspect. But long term, I think that this was a little failure with a big upside, so that we in the future are going to be much better for it.
And think of for people who are thinking about starting a business and have watched us and said, well, they didn't really get to where I want my business to be, so I'm not going to go do it. I would say just do it anyway, right?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
do it.
And don't put the limitations on that we put on, right? Like, we made starting a business way more difficult than what starting a business
might have been
really
the failure,
is.
and it is not allowing us to succeed because we limited what we could do.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is, think about some of the things that we did get out of this that we wouldn't have had before, like this space, right? So Tech Tank, thank you to them for allowing us to use the space. But we met Brock. I knew Alex, who was here. But these are two connections locally that are really good to have. And after 30 days of working here, you get to know people pretty well. So that's connections. Network is net worth, as people say. We were on the news. Now, that's kind of crazy. We were on the news. We didn't do a whole lot.
Right.
But the idea is that if you put yourself in positions to win, you're going to win. And in those cases, we won. That's a success, right? Getting on the news.
Yep.
So, for example, if Josh has his Local Motion website development company, he puts now featured by Jet TV 24. Things like that you don't expect to come out of these things are really beneficial.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot from those as well.
Yeah, and I think one other thing, we just got an email yesterday. Somebody actually heard about our project. I think they may have seen it on the news, and now they were just lost their job, and they're looking to start a business, and they don't know where to go. And to me, that's a huge thing. If we didn't do this, we don't have the opportunity
Yeah.
to help people, and that's really in the end what this is about, right?
Well, so at ETI, someone
Yeah,
else said,
absolutely.
"Hey, Josh, weren't
Yeah.
you the guy on the news? I just saw that." So,
Yeah.
all of the things that you clarify as success before the thing starts probably are going to change, right? Like $1,500 was success, but the reality is, I'd rather be on the news than at $1,500 in sales, right?
Yeah,
It just
the
depends
connections
on what you're
and the
interested in.
exposure is more important than the
Yeah.
than the $1,500.
So, success, failure, what is it overall?
I'll take a different approach, and I'll give us a grade.
Okay.
I say we got a C because we didn't meet our ultimate goal, but in the end, we got a lot out of it.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. That's a good
Okay.
point. All right. What are our next videos so they know
I think we're going to do a lot of breakdown of
what we did right and wrong,
yeah, exactly.
where we had those many successes, where we messed up,
Yeah,
how to
and-
save you money.
Yep. And just some tips. So taking what we've learned and putting those into videos and words so that you guys can really see the details of what we did right and wrong. And hopefully that will be the real benefit for you, because ultimately, if we would have made the $1,500, I'm not sure we could have provided you any more benefit, and maybe it would have been less, because we would have looked at that as we hit our goal, we did great, copy everything we did, which would have been the wrong advice. So
Right.
we'll really give you a good breakdown of what worked and what didn't work. I think that will be probably the most valuable videos of all of them that we've done.
And then in day 30, we'll do a video on what's next,
Yep.
and what we're going to do with what we learned here and how we're going to apply it to the next thing. So thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.